Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, July 6th, 2017. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. We like to say that genetics are the ultimate equalizer in bodybuilding. But at the end of the day, if an athlete doesn't have the right work ethic to carry them over to the next level, they're only going to get so far. And I haven't met a whole lot of people who've got a more sickening work ethic than my old friend, Juan Morel. Last week, Juan was spotted smashing a classic old school session at the world-famous Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym, and looking pretty damn thick in the process, if I don't say so myself. At a few points this season, it really seemed like Juan managed to get back into that magical groove that turned him into a top 10 Olympian a few years ago. And as long as he can manage to stay happy and healthy right there in that space, I think we'll probably see him continue to improve as the year rolls along. The bikini division has been delivering all sorts of pleasant surprises all season long, and the emergence of Breena Martinez has definitely been one of them. So far this year, all the fourth-year pro has done is deliver two pretty emphatic wins at the Legends Classic and Fit World Pro, and firmly inserted her name into the conversation as a legitimate top 8 Olympia threat. This week, new footage surfaced of Martinez channeling her inner Ronda Rousey during a recent sparring session as she gears up to make a strong second-half surge. The Breena Martinez we saw on stage earlier this year was good enough to give anyone in the division a run for their money. And given how volatile things have been at the top of the division lately, it isn't hard to imagine a scenario where she winds up finishing top 5 or better. As of right now, we're still just over a month out from this year's Tampa Pro. And if I were in the business of taking bets for how things are going to shake out in the classic physique division, I'd have a very hard time not making Terrence Ruff the heavy favorite. After managing to keep a relatively low profile for the majority of the season, lately the buzz surrounding the second-year pro has really started to heat up. If you remember back to last season, Ruff came into the same Tampa Pro and upset a hot rod, Darren Charles, with a lights-out performance in his pro debut. Inside sources are telling me that Terrence Ruff 2.0 is going to be head and shoulders above what we saw before. And if that turns out to be true, I don't see any way this kid doesn't walk out of Tampa with a second straight victory. As one of the current charter members of Workaholics Anonymous, I have a special place in my heart for people who just flat out love to do what they do. And men's physique star Brandon Hendrickson is one of those people. Less than 24 hours removed from putting together the best look of his career at the Chicago Pro, the former Arnold Classic champ didn't waste any time getting right back to work. Early Monday morning, Hendrickson was spotted crushing another back session as he officially hops into Phase 2 of his Olympia prep. Over the last 2 years, Hendrickson has really proven to be one of the most dynamic talents in the sport. And if he can hit one out of the park on Olympia's stage, he's definitely going to be right there in the mix, pushing Jeremy Buendia with everything he's got. I don't have to be a history major to know that eventually one day all dynasties come to an end. But I have a feeling that Juliana Malacarne might not be ready to give up her reign quite yet. Recently, the defending women's physique Olympia champ was spotted blasting through a few of her legendary training sessions as she gears up to put her title on the line for an unprecedented 4th straight time. Say whatever you will about the current state of the competition, but from where I'm sitting, Juliana Malacarne is still sitting alone at the top of the division. And when you take into account that she hasn't even begun to come close to showing any chinks in the armor, I find it very hard to believe she won't end her season with Olympia title number 4 lining her trophy case.